Silence. Silence is what you get with Old Man's Journey as you trudge along reliving memories on a short but moving story. Old Man's Journey was played on PC for this review, but is available for iOS and Android, made by Broken Rules and came out May 18th, 2017. There are no spoken lines, no text to read that give you insight. I didn't know what to expect with this game. The title gives you hints that leave you wondering if you're playing as an old man about to die. Something he did at the end of his life? Or is this just a nursing home simulator? It isn't that at all. It is a provoking tale you venture on. What we find with this game is without a single line of dialogue, it tells a profound and heartbreaking story of loss, regret, and reconnecting with others. Plus, the inclusion of the relaxed puzzle elements elevates this game for me. You start out moving from the title screen directly to the old man and his home. He receives a letter, goes inside the home, then comes out ready to travel with his backpack and a walking stick. There is no tutorial in this game, as you start walking on your journey and soon come to a point where the road seems to stop, where two hills seem to meet. You see a yellow line as you point on it to move one of the hills up to the old man's position. Once you align it correctly, he's able to hop onto the other hill and move along. This is what you can look forward to for mostly the entirety of the game, with a few exceptions. This game is made of a series of puzzles which you have to figure out how to move the ridges and slopes to create a new path. There are often obstructions in the way, hills covering another hill, only to reveal once moved down, and interesting puzzles you discover. You will find that the hill your old man stands upon cannot be moved. This results in interesting maneuvers to move the old man, sometimes on top of a house so you can move a hill to the correct position. What you find yourself doing after a while is clicking on whatever you can in the environment, which produces some comedic results, as a bell may ding to wake someone up or cause a bird to fly away. This game has so many beautiful scenic landscapes you toy with, making almost every scene you walk into a masterpiece. Sometimes I wondered if it was a painting I was manipulating. With the inclusion of contrasting textures used for different objects like fabric and acrylic paint, allowing for a distinct styling that conveys emotion and energy in each background, person, or animal, with no need for them to speak. Along with the scenery, the soundtrack to this game is outstanding, allowing for the matching to those scenic backdrops, or helping to accentuate the emotions of the old man. I mean, just listen to this one. Since there are no lines of dialogue, you're left to figure out the story through moments, as I like to call them, picturesque screens that give you insight to what's going on. These happen after you complete the puzzle or a challenge of each area. Once completed, the old man stares off into the distance while we see a picture of his past. As you start to get more pictures, the journey becomes clear. This is not going to be a happy ending. To explain what happens, though, would be robbing the game of its beautiful imagery, and would leave you with spoilers. Let me just say, the game does a good job of capturing how some people feel led to different callings in life, to break free of the mundane. As you progress through the game, the puzzles do tend to get more complex, including large stones that will crash down steep hills to break through stone walls. Sometimes sections you will need to rapidly adjust the hills as you swiftly move along. To me, it was a good change of pace compared to standing still while I slowly rise or lower a hillside. While moving the hillside, you can sometimes get surprises, like a certain area where you will find hills clogging up the foreground only to be moved to reveal some hidden items. What this does is to help to hold your interest for what is rather a short game, though there are some issues that are more nitpicking, and that is pathfinding for your character. One major gripe was while trying to maneuver the land to move the old man, I would find myself clicking off screen, causing the game to minimize. Of course, you would click to an area and the hill just didn't align perfectly, causing the old man to stop short. Besides those minor quips, this game is a great platformer, point-click styling that will keep you entertained for a while. For some, this game may not be worth the small price tag to pick it up. $8 for 90 minutes of playtime on average doesn't sound like it's worth it. I think this game is worth it, as it has a narrative depth that allows you to show a complex story without speech but through storytelling. What this results in is a game that makes me think often of a postcard that has a picturesque backdrop with a jaunty poem written on it by a friend. Once you progress through the story, you realize simplicity is often looked over, whereas this game forces it upon you. Taking a step back, you can relax as you play this game and enjoy the beauty, the wonderful music, and intriguing story. Because of this, I give this game an 8 out of 10. As a game that focuses on the beauty of storytelling without a single word makes this game remarkable. In the often oversaturated gaming environment, it's well worth a look, if to just escape for that short time. I hope you enjoyed my Old Man's Journey review. If you enjoyed my video, please leave a like and a comment below on what you liked about this video, or if you have any other games you'd like me to check out. If you'd like to help support the channel, make sure you do click subscribe. This is the Still Grizzly, wishing you luck with all your future games.